Hey everyone, Aaron here. As you can probably tell, I'm gonna sound bad this episode. I'm at my brother's home, dog sitting, using a different microphone setup and everything. So just bear with me, and then the next episode I'll sound better. Anyways, thank you.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Legion Remix. I'm Slidewhistle.
It's Immunization, aka Flaxseed.
And it's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, Horde Punching Bag, but not in this world. In this world, I am Growl Hyena, Assassin Rogue. It feels so, it's ash in my tongue to say it. I'm like, ugh, it feels gross.
Aaron's watching dogs at his sister's house. Wait, brother's house? Wait.
Well, that's the magic of when you share is, well, I guess, yes, it's my brother's home, and then he shares with my sister-in-law. But yes, that's why everything sounds very funny. I'm using my work laptop, which is boo-boo-doo-doo. I'm recording on OBS, so knock on desk, everything work. And then I'm in my sister-in-law's office with all of the pets, so at any moment they could all explode and start barking and meowing.
How many animals are in there with you?
3. All 3 of them are here. 2 big dogs and an old cat. She's sitting on the window.
Aww.
Winder cat. Our cat, Illyria, is currently in the dryer. She found a new spot to lay in, and I'm like, great, now I have to quadruple check every time I turn this machine on.
There will be a day where you will not check and you'll like,
God, I hope not. That's actually one of my biggest fears.
I'll save the spoiler thing for later. We'll talk about the spoiler thing later. Let's talk about Legion Remix. What have y'all been up to in the re-registered lands?
well, not too much.
Yeah, I got my Demon Hunter Flaxseed to max level, and now I'm just working my way through all of the Sojourner quests and finishing all the zones, and then the Order Hall stuff, and just doing some daily dungeons and stuff to grind out some bronze, on that shit now. I'm trying to decide if I want to have another character, like an alt there. I don't really know what it'd be. It'd probably be something that I have never really played before. Maybe a monk, honestly.
I too wondered if I wanted another guy, and I'm glad they did. I'm not saying they should increase the price. They made it a little too easy to get the Fel-infused final mounts for all the different classes. Growl Hyena had a hot hand in a game of dice, and so now I've eliminated almost all of them.
Yeah, I made a mistake, and I forgot that when you complete the class order hall for the class, you get that mount. So I bought the Demon Hunter mount immediately when I saw it. I was like, ooh, I want this. And that was my first mount that I bought. And then I got it when I finished the campaign later, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, I bought the priest one first because I'm like, well, I'm not doing that Order Hall campaign again. So I felt like that was a safe choice on my part.
The Demon Hunter one, I didn't know that was the original big muscle demon. I'm sure it was really cool at the time, but now I've been spoiled by Shadowlands and its many, many muscle demons. So I was like, oh, I guess I get a purple one now.
Muscle? It's not really a muscle. It's a big bat.
It's the same thing as the Shadowlands Venthyr model.
Oh yeah, but it was the
first
one doesn't
one.
fly though.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, which one are you talking about? There's actually a lot of.
The one that you can get that's Fel-infused is like a bat. It's quadrupedal, but it's like small legs, big arms, and it has wings. It is the same skeleton that was used for the Korthia mount for the Venthyr, and then it's been a number of other things too. Like the Child of Sobex that we got recently is also one of these.
When you guys ride your class mounts, what animation happens? Like when you ride the mage mount, what happens?
She sparkles her hands a little bit, and then it's a reskinned Pandaria disc. So literally no animations after that. like when I'm actually writing it.
I bought the fell ugly owl thing for the priest mount, but I haven't actually mounted it yet.
Do they have special animations when they're fell? Because Growlina will do like a fan of knives animation before getting on her big green raven.
I think it's the same animation. So I was wondering, what's the priest animation when you mount? Because like when I get on the bat, fell bat or not fell bat, I jump into the air. I do like this like super big green like slam dunk jump.
That's just for any mount?
No, that's just for the class order hall mount.
Oh, honestly, I don't remember because I haven't because I feel like, as I said before, I felt like the original priest one was kind of ugly, so I feel like I've just had like my other mounts and then all my dragons and stuff that I've been riding since then. I should bring it back. I mean, I might as well add it to at least the fell one to like my rotation of favorited dragon riding mounts.
I think the Demon Hunter one is probably the coolest one in terms of mounting animations because like you jump like fucking 25 feet into the air and then you just do like a backflip and land on its back when it summons it. And I'm like, I've never seen that animation before. I mean, obviously I saw it in Legion when it happened, but I've been taking my sweet time with Remix though. I feel like people are like already like approaching eye level 700 and I'm like, I'm 629, I think, and I still have to do like all the Sojourner. I don't know if I want to do the Sojourner stuff. I don't know if I care enough. I was trying to figure out why the fuck does it feel like I've done these quests 50 million times. When I made it to like Azergos and Emigosa, I'm like, god damn, I have to do this shit too?
Well, I feel like we all had a lot of ults in Legion, and those quests in particular, you're talking about like the blue dragon flight ones over by like the crystal pools in the cave and the baby dragon and that quest chain in particular, I looked over and I saw you doing it and I was like, oh my god, that again.
Yeah, the worms in the cave. I'm like, why have I done these so many times? Is it just alt? Is that it?
Well, I distinctly remember having to do that quest line a lot because I believe to even there was either a quest in Emerald Nightmare or something that you needed to do where you needed to do the campaign up to a certain point, and then so I think you needed to do the campaign to either get into the raid or to start getting a campaign quest, which then you would farm things in the raid, and it was at the end of that quest chain. So I feel like we all had to go up to that quest chain to then farm something from the raid. I don't remember exactly what it was.
It's making sense. Yeah, I think it was. You had to do it to either get to the raid or maybe it was like a gear quest or something from like. Oh, I thought it probably was artifact appearances. It was literally to get like your order hall mount and probably some other stuff.
Yeah, I think it was some kind of progression within the class order hall. I don't remember exactly what though, but yeah, it must be.
Yeah, because that's what I remember right now. There was a big nerf to all the people, all the sweaties who were already max eye level, because the eye level does cap. It has a hard cap of 740. But not only that, the artifact power in the weapon.
Which artifact power in the weapon, I have to raise and wiggle my little finger here. Last week I talked about it's so epic. Your weapon has 30 different nodes you can go into, but I didn't read the fine print. I was just high on the adventure. No. You get a path that you can go down, one straight path until you get to the end, and you can't max out your weapon and use them all. You have to choose 2 abilities. So, like, Slide and I said that we could summon a Nathrazim, and then now I've advanced it to the point where you stab it with a big needle and it dies. And Lynn's like, it's the most funniest fucking thing ever. But that's all it can do. Like, if I want to pursue other parts of my knives, I have to get rid of the Nathrazim. Sure, there's 30 different nodes, but you're locked into using 7 at a time. So it's like, I don't like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to use any of the other ones. I like exploding my demon man. It's so fun impaling him on the spike and just watching his body shred itself onto my enemies. And it does so much fucking damage. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so far the demon guy is the only path that I've gone through. And I didn't realize that you had to like unlearn them to then go down a different pathway, because I started getting the daily or whatever repeatable quests where it was like do certain content with Mage Disc 1 or whatever, and I'm like, oh well, I don't have that. And then I was like, and then Slide told me like, yeah, it's like you have to take out the points of Demon Man and then put it down that path.
Yeah, when I get those quests, I just don't bother. I'm like, whatever, I'm not doing
Yeah,
those
no,
ones.
and it's weird because I don't know how much it goes towards it, but Eternatus is like, hey, just catching up. How do you feel about these? Like, you can like fill out a questionnaire, and I told her, I was like, I mean, truthfully, I prefer dungeons. Stop telling me to go into the raid on heroic. I'm not doing that. And she's like, oh, bet, cool. Thank you for being so forthcoming to me. Like, I wonder if that actually affects anything. Because then I show up the next day after I say that, and she's like, do you want to try Rift of All on normal? And I said, no, I do not, actually. Okay.
They're so easy, though, and quick. It's even better than Mop. You just get in there, and then everyone blows
Not
them
like
up.
normal. Like looking for group, yeah. But you have to establish like an actual normal raid kill, or are those very easy too?
It's all piss easy. It's all super easy. You just join a group because like the people who are like super swole are just gonna blow everything up, and you basically get to go, yippee, I'm here in the room, here I am, and then everything just kind of dies. Like I haven't done heroic raid yet, but I've done normal just because like I'm trying to do all the fucking campaign quests and all the world quests to get my purple set. Because if you do 100 world quests, you get a purple outfit of the cool ass cape.
Don't it? I love that set. I love it so much. But this is a troubling sign of things to come. They have real shoes on Worgen. That's not good. That's a second set that we've featured giant slippers on, Blizzard. I don't want that to be the future. Knock it off.
Would you call it a slippersy slope?
Yes, it's a slippersy slope, Blizzard. And I'm so passionate about it that I done woke up the cat. Hopefully she gives us one of her patented smoker's cough meows.
Wouldn't it just look the same though if you transmog the shoes off?
Yes, which is what I do. Like when I was wearing it at Raid, I transmog the shoes off. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just another set that has big slippers. I don't want every set to have slippers. Yes, I can just turn them off like I'm very well versed at doing. But come on, Blizz. We were doing pretty good for giving us like shin mog. Don't take it all away just because you feel like we need to add slippers onto things now.
That set's got to be one of the coolest ones they've added in a super long time. Like that cape. I keep thinking about that cape. I got to get all the colors. There's 4 colors of it, by the way.
Okay, wait. So run me through how you get all of the 4 colors. The fel green one you just get from doing like the campaign. You said the purple one you get from doing 100 heroic world quests.
I double checked. It's just regular world quests. It's not even heroic. But heroic, so you might as well turn it on. By the way, heroic. Well, here let's go through the colors first before I skip to that. So there's a red set that you have to do a 30
yes,
key on.
You have to I believe, yes, complete a 30 plus key, which is very daunting, but also you can probably do it because, you know, the numbers mean nothing. Oh my God. I had to dissuade the cat. I had to say, no, you do not touch my microphone. But yeah, 30 probably I would say is equivalent to like a 13, 15, like something you've done.
And then there's a white or gold one. I'm not sure, but it sounds the coolest. But you do every raid on Mythic, and they're not all out yet. So you have to wait until the last one comes out to get that achievement, which would be great because by that point, everyone and their mama is gonna be strong as fuck, and it won't matter. You can just go to a group and you get your nice ride on in there.
Also, like maybe our guild will like start doing it because I don't know if we want to talk about it, but we got AOTC.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
managed to squeeze it in because I came here Wednesday at 9 a.m. So I told the group, as you could hear last week, I said, we get it on Tuesday, or I'm using a voodoo curse to curse you all to not do it on Wednesday.
Well, I mean, I still felt like we were a little voodoo cursed on Wednesday when we were doing our achievement run, but we can talk about that after we just talk about getting AOTC. But yeah, we got AOTC on Tuesday. I feel like it was, I feel like the week before we had like a 2% wipe, so I felt like it was like inevitable, but I was worried because we had like several people that were not able to be there. I had to heal. It felt like we had a smaller group, but, and I had to like solo heal aside, which was awful. I hated doing that. So sorry, Aaron, that like you probably felt like you were on death's door the entire time over there.
No, it was, you know what? I'll just say it didn't feel too different.
I felt like I just like had to like pop like major raid cooldowns to like keep the like 4 of you alive over there. Phase 1 just has a lot of damage going out.
So I don't know what Rosh does. He might be disc, maybe?
Yeah, he's discs.
Thank goodness, because having a holy priest there felt so good, because you have some ability where you get up high and you spread your wings and you manually shoot, like it's like the Toy Story ride at Disney World. You shoot white bolts into me, and yes, there was multiple times where I got hit by a big meteor, and then I saw rapid fire into me, and I said, thank you, Immune.
Well, okay, so Disc does have the one where they fly up and then they throw like penances out, though. I think I do actually throw like, so I think there is a proc where like it's really bad, but I don't remember what this cooldown is called. It's the one that it does like make you rise up slightly, but it's not like the Disc one where they're like up in the sky.
Apotheosis.
There you go, that one.
How the hell do you not know that?
Yeah, why do you know? I guess
I don't know.
Was there evil apotheosis when you were squirming?
I have Holy Priest as Aquaria.
Literally like a decade ago. That's crazy to remember that shit. I actively play warrior sometimes. I couldn't tell you a damn thing they do. I mean, I probably could fake it, like execute. That's one. Cleave. I think that's another. But that's less me knowing it and more just me thinking of mean words.
I feel like I'm just notoriously bad though. I like remember like what the buttons look like, and then I remember what they do. But like sometimes
Exactly.
I just
It's
don't
like,
remember like what the actual ability is called.
I don't need to tell you what this thing's called. I know it's 9. I know when you're below 50%, I hit 9 and you get better.
But yeah, I feel like once we got out of phase 1, then like the rest of it was pretty easy. Besides people randomly falling off their mounts in phase 2 or something. Which, like, has happened to me before. If you, like, spam your, like, mount up button, you, like, just fall sometimes.
Yeah, we had a bunch of classic goofs and gaffs as we started off, but it was fine. We knocked him down. I feel like it didn't feel as long as Lynn's graph showed it did. I thought that it was, like, less pulls than what it actually was.
I think the only thing is there was a lot... The amount of days we were in it didn't feel long, but I think there was a lot of like, oops, Gooby goofed up in the first second, kill yourself. There's probably a bunch of those. So there was a lot of deaths in phase 1, but we would die 4 seconds later, go into it, die 4 seconds later, go into it again. So it's like that kind of thing. Like it's like a Wednesday may have 30 deaths, but it happened really fast.
Yeah, so it was, according to Lynn's graphs, which whenever we finish a raid, he puts these out. Demencius was on the list, number 9 of like the length that it took us to kill it. I feel like I explained that really piss poor, but like, so like Sylvanas is number 1 because it took us fucking forever.
If anything, it's because we've gone through like 9 to 10 raid tiers. Not saying Demencius was incredibly fast, but yeah, you think about some of these guys. Razagath used to haunt me in a mirror like the Green Goblin. Demencius was not at all that difficult.
Guess how many hours we spent progging Heroic Razagath?
Just in the fight, I'm going to say 25.
Apparently it was just under 10.
I guess, I mean, that's still frighteningly long, considering that's like a 9-minute fight.
I also feel like we just take a lot of time in between polls, or just
I was
like
about
don't
to
use
say,
our raid time super efficiently.
how much time, and people love it, but how much time of that was us standing in front of Demencius and him going, "Are you gonna show up?" As someone goes like, "Oh, I rolled 4 digits. Not good, I rolled 4 digits."
I really wish we gambled at the 5-minute mark of the break because we could probably squeeze in an extra pull. But I did win 250k ish, 280k 2 nights ago. So I mean, I can't complain too much.
And you know what? At this point, I feel like it's just a morale thing. Like, people go crazy for their gambling. So, I mean, like, if it keeps them happy, like, we'll kill bosses, it's fine. But yeah, like, the official stats are in. Demencius it took us under 4 hours of prog to kill him.
How does that make any sense, though? I feel like we spent like an entire raid night on Demencius. Okay, so it must be the thing where we pull and then we just sit and wait in between. Like, I don't understand how that works.
I'm gonna assume that his thing starts the moment the first hit is on a boss, and then the timer stops when the boss kills the last person. So, as much as we goofed about it, our thousands of hours of gambling is not included in this graph.
And then, like, so for reference, Sylvanas took us 4 times as long at, like, 16 hours.
Yeah, that fucking...
Well, I mean, and that, once again,
quickest?
that makes sense, considering you pull her 4 times. That is 1 hour of playing, of, like, touching your buttons.
Yeah, I mean, and then, like, I don't know, like, this graph also includes every single boss ever, so, like, Slide asked, like, which one was the quickest, and it's like, I don't know, it's just like, what, it's 5 minutes of prog to kill, like, Champions of the Light?
Hell yeah, those paladin pushovers.
Or, like, Aernagog. Yeah, I feel like
Aernagog is our 4th quickest.
Yeah, it's just like, I would be hard-pressed if there was even a second pull, even on heroic Aernagog, before we got him.
I'm surprised that Veramathras is our 3rd quickest. I thought we were fucking up, or is it on normal? We were fucking up the mechanics for it a lot. Because this isn't normal, this is heroic. So we did all of our... This is kind of cheating if we do all of our learning in normal.
Also, I wonder how much of that goes into us being fucking doo-doo-boo-boo. Because, like, how long did it take to kill normal Nithendris when we were just bullshit?
Right.
I mean, I wasn't playing with you guys as much during Legion, but I feel like we didn't really pick it up till, like, late BFA.
And, you know, I'm also looking at this, and what's crazy is that, like, there are some bosses, like, Fate Scribe, which is, like, took us longer than some of these end bosses, like Farak. Which also checks out to me, though.
Yeah, the more tasks you give us, the harder it is. Also, Aaron, you are never getting, because you missed the achievement run, you're never getting Purple Karok.
No, I have made my peace. Once they said it was a Karok, and I knew my situation, I said, goodbye. Yeah, I'm done.
No, even if it wasn't,
again.
It's never happening again because one of the achievements is complete ass. I was this close to just being like, guys, I am going to not get Purple Karok because I don't want to do this anymore. I would rather go do Heroic Demencius over and over again than try to get this stupid ass Fractalus achievement.
Dude, it was so bad. The achievement was referencing, like, breaking the 4th wall, and the premise of the achievement was you had to build up rows to 4 and break it at, like, when it is the 4th one, not when there's 3 and not when there's 5, specifically 4, and you have to do that 18 times.
How does he have an enrage mechanic? How does that even happen?
So he enrages like at a certain amount of, like, times that he sends out waves to break the walls. And Lynn was like, the math here is, like, we have to do this basically perfectly. Like, you can't miss breaking more than, like, 1 or 2.
You get one fuck up. And that's it. And then, oh my god. And, like, And then there's everyone's talking at once, and then even when it was just Lynn talking, sometimes the directions would be just like a hair too late, and I'm like, I don't know where to stand, and nobody's saying anything.
Yeah, so like we came back from break and then Lynn was like, okay, I have this all planned out. I'm going to like call every single movement of where things need to be placed and like and like what needs to be broken. I'm like, why is this harder than like progging some of the heroic bosses?
18 breaks of 4 walls is crazy. It could have easily been 10 or 14. Why the fuck did they make it 8? They made it literally right before the enrage just to be dicks.
Or how about this? Make it 4 because it's breaking the 4th wall. Like make it breaking the fourth wall.
And I get, if their thing is like, well, we don't want people to accidentally get the achievement. It's like, who cares? No one feels good getting these things. No one touts how cool they are for getting one individual achievement. Just let people accidentally get it. It happens all the time in dungeoning. Ready for rating, like 1 through 7. No one's ever felt cool getting those. Come on.
Some of the other achievements were we as a raid had to vote. We had to do /hug or /cower to vote if Lumathar was cute and cuddly or scary and aggressive.
Yeah, and then like the majority vote would then give Lumathar a buff. I think the majority of us /cowered him, so that just meant that he did more damage to us.
What is the achievement? Just you need to engage in this one time, and it's like, oh, how funny.
Yeah, like everyone needs to vote like by either /cowering or /cuddling Lumathar before we engage the fight, and that's basically it. Then you have to kill him. But like, so like that's simple enough. But my favorite of the achievements was the Soul Hunters, the Demon Hunters fight, because there is this like what do you call it that like they wear to cover their gouged out eyes, like a bandana that they just cover their eyes with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like there is like over on a table next to like in a pavilion next to the fight arena, there's a bandana that you pick up and then it gives you an extra action button, and then during the fight you need to press the extra action button, and then if you are not a demon hunter it blinds you, and by that I mean you can only see the health bars of the 3 demon hunters, and that's it. You can't see the ground, the arena, yourself. If you have outlines turned on, like as in a setting, then you can see the outlines of the bosses, but then that's it.
I got to see everything because I'm already blind, so it was cool that I just watched everybody walk around in darkness. But because the outlines was pretty easy, most people had them on, I feel like.
Yeah, the bad part is that like we couldn't see if we were standing in bad, or we couldn't do the soaking mechanic properly. I mean, I guess it helped that like Ahoy is also a demon hunter, so he could probably help with that too.
That makes me think, and this is not distracting from achievements, just a side thought. Do you think it's like a major thing going around the Void Elf community that it's like, yeah, we're going to have to scoop our eyeballs out? It's like, what do you mean? We're not fighting the Burning Legion. We're just doing this other stuff. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't do flips with eyeballs in your head. That's kind of fucked up. We have to take their eyes just to use some other kind of magic? What's the science behind that?
Well, the science actually is you have to remove your eyes if you're going to become a demon hunter, because once the demon is inside of you, it tries to show you images of the Burning Legion conquering all. So by removing your eyes, you remove the ability of the demon to try to torment you, and you can still see anyway because you have like spectral sight.
That is so
vision.
funny, my guy. You got a fellhound just sitting in your tummy who's just tapping his feet like, fuck. This guy used a loophole.
God damn it, now I'm in here forever. Which also, I guess this kind of makes sense that the Void Elves would be more apt to now become demon hunters, since, you know, their leader's dead.
So, like, those dudes then are, like, doubling up. They're tormented by the Void, but then also the premise of the Legion trying to come back.
I'm really sad because not a single player Void Elf wanted to be it. They found a cool clubhouse. They got corrupted and they said, fuck, I didn't want to do. They just woke up purple. Like, I didn't want to do this. And then, yeah,
I
now
thought
it's like,
I thought they dabbled in it on purpose.
no, well, I don't think so.
That's why they got kicked out, right?
I don't remember. You know what? I used to be a Void Elf historian. Perhaps you are correct. Perhaps they were trying to follow Illyria's footsteps, and that's what led them to Telegris Rift. So, never mind. I reverse it all. They deserve this. We should scoop all their eyes out, Demon Hunter or not.
Take them, take their eyes. Also, speaking of taking eyeballs, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. If you don't want to know what's happening in Midnight, I have learned some information, as many other people have, because Wowhead can't fucking help themselves, and I can't help but click on their links either.
They are pretty bad at it, though. Like, if you just happen to go to Wowhead, chances are you will get spoiled about something.
They just know they get the clicks. Okay, so you're gone now, because you can't be mad. You can be mad anyway. Okay, so we saw some of the raid bosses. 3 of the raid bosses that are going to be, I think it's specifically going to be at the Sunwell fight, right? Because isn't that the 3 boss fight?
Yeah, it's the one that's like I forget the actual name of the raid, the whatever on Keldanos or whatever, Assault on Keldanos, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's a 3 boss raid, and I feel like I was gagged by several of these bosses. Well, the first one just being like, what, group of paladins that we fight?
Well, yeah, it was group paladins, but I think the first one is just like Lathraxian. Like, just straight up, like, Mr. Nathrazim Lightman himself.
Yeah, which I feel like has been a long time coming. I feel like we've gone from, like, joking about having to fight him to being serious about having to fight him. I'm very curious about, like, how we get to this point, though.
That was my question was, back in Legion, when we saw him, did he say anything sketch, or just we saw that there was a light-bound Nathrazim and said, "We don't trust your kind"?
I feel like more so the part where we saw him there and we're like, this is fucking weird. I don't think that he specifically said anything suspicious. I think that the way that they talked about him made it seem more suspicious than like anything in particular said. And then us just being little shits where it's like, well, he has to be bad, right?
Yeah, I think he even was at one point like, "Are you surprised to see one such as me cleansed by the light? Well, the light can cleanse all beings." And the way Law had described it, it also didn't seem like it was a bad, like he had malintent. They turned it so weird, like light blinded. They didn't say light by the light. It was like light blinded or light guided or something. So maybe like the light is also ramping up their shit to try to fight somebody.
So are you saying that the light is making them too zealous, like our girl Ural?
I mean, okay, again, we're not going to get an answer to this, but how does that work if the world is ending, but she's in an alternate universe, then it doesn't affect her? You know what I mean? Because she's out somewhere else.
Does AU Draenor, now the broken brown ball it is, does it get affected by Xalatath's plans?
Right.
I would say no. I mean, I feel like it's a whole other universe.
I would say no, but I don't remember. Obviously, for us, the player, the Dark Portal stays open so that we can feasibly walk in there. But I wonder, is it actually open? Like, I wonder in lore, I would love to get Ian, if we can rattle him out of the vents, his opinion on this. Is AU Draenor lost to us right now? I guess it wasn't for a bit because the Magkar Orcs, dummies that they are, they managed to open it up at some point. So, Herm.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wait. Right? Wait, how does that work? Because, right, those Magkar are from...
I would imagine, and we were able to go through it and open it up as Horde characters. I feel like that'd be really stupid to leave this enormous green portal open, but maybe it is. Maybe we haven't had AU Draenor, like, Azeroth connections just out of niceties. Like, they all came through the portal and they're like, "Your really mean." Everyone's like, "Oh, we'll let her do whatever she needs to do over there."
Why does this feel crazy? Why am I feel like I'm going insane? She's confirmed AU, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Is
Yeah,
that
because
accurate?
because in their world, Draka and Duratane only had a daughter. She didn't have a son. That's why she is Thrall, just in a different world.
I didn't even think about how bizarre that was, because who did the Alliance get when they got? Do we get Lightforged? No.
No. When they got Kaltirans. No, we got Void Elves, right? Yeah, because it was. No, you know what it was? Because remember, it was fucked up and it was weird because they didn't want anyone to have Kaltirans, and then we did, so they had to like remake them. So it was out of order. We had Dark Iron Dwarves and Void Elves. Well, they had the little fox guys, the Volpera and the Zandalari, and then the trade was Maghar Kaltiran.
Okay, it's all coming back to me.
Kaltiran was delayed because they didn't think, at least the legend goes, they didn't think anyone wanted to play them. So when we were like, we're excited to play them, they're like, oh shit, fuck. Which is why we only get the fat ones. The skinny Forsaken model everyone wanted is not included. Because they're like, we didn't think you'd want them.
And they also the Maghar orcs are here because they were running away from our girl, Ural.
Because the Grom Hellscream we met with and hung out with had to kill himself, apparently in a very drawn out and gruesome manner, to allow every Maghar orc to come over here.
This is actually a very interesting. This could be a little insight as to what's happening. Because I'm reading the wiki page with Maghar Clan, and it says, Tyranny of the Light. Without demons to fight, the Trainai became fixated upon the light. The Naru compelled them to spread their influence among the orcs. So, like, again, there's no demons to fight currently, right? We've defeated the Burning Legion for now. Are we gonna go crazy?
But, like, I don't know. So is the Void and Dimensius and Xalatath not enough for the Light to want to try to take on? Or is the Void not the enemy of the Light?
I think the Void just said, I ain't going to AU Draenor. Fuck that place.
They saw Urel and they said, oh no, I'm good. I don't want to do that. She wins. She gets a whole planet to herself.
Okay, so we get that figured out. So, and then we're also fighting, and this is how I learned this, actually. This is what made me seek this out, because I was doing a key with Lynn, and Lynn goes, your cats have pretty bad luck with expansions, huh? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, Khadgar had War Within, and Illyria had... And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I didn't see the article yet. And then when I saw the article, I was like, let me click it. And we are fighting Illyria, who is now completely purple and void consumed, because apparently she severed all ties.
Which is also crazy.
All ties?
Lynn easily could have said, because her father figure got killed. Even if he knew this, he could have easily pivoted to get you away from Spoiler Town.
Yeah, it's true. He kind of threw me into that one.
Yeah, so Illyria Void Consumed is a boss in this raid. Because like I feel like I completely forgot, because I only ran the dungeon like maybe once, that like in the Seat of the Triumvirate, the one that we fight your mom Laura in, which also Laura is also a boss here, right?
Yeah, she audit season is over, so she's fully rested, and she's got all of her powers back.
I don't know if Laura's actually a boss now that I'm looking at this.
Or is it just the fact that, like, I forgot that at the end of the Seat of the Triumvirate, Illyria consumes Laura's essence, basically.
I think, based on what you sent me, because obviously I'm very vested because it's my mom, and I have to be up on my Laura, the Warcraft character lore. Yeah, to get her void powers, to get her like as strong as they are, she ate Laura. But now that she's getting corrupted, she's letting her out. So Laura is probably the penultimate boss if Illyria's the final one, or it's flip-flopped. You beat Illyria, and it's like, well, that pawn was just my underling. I'm the real guy in charge, Aaron's mom.
That's what I thought too. I thought when I sent that Luura was the final boss, but rereading the article, Wowhead says, in an even more shocking twist, it seems the final boss of the Void Spire raid is not Saladar, as previously mentioned. It is a Void corrupted Illyria Windrunner. So if she's last, then Luura can't be a boss because once we defeat Illyria, it'll kick Luura out of her.
Maybe Luura gets swallowed up by even bigger guys. A classic, it follows the Star Wars trilogy thing of a classic return. What was the middle one? I'm losing my nerd card here. What's the really good middle one?
The
Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back. It's a classic Empire Strikes Back where, you beat Illyria and she loses Lura, and then Zaltas is like, now I have her power, dummies.
I've always wanted to eat a void. What are they called? Are they called? They're not called. They're called Void Lords, aren't they? Aren't now called Void Lords when they turn into Void?
Void Lord. She's
no,
like
but I think the term was used
one.
before.
I'm pretty sure. Isn't she the only one this has ever happened to?
No, this has happened to other ones. I think it happened to one in TBC, but we don't really know the TBC. Darken Naru is the term. I guess they have used the term Void Lord, but they've used it like a bunch of times, like kind of like loosely back before. It's kind of weird. So, but it also, again, we're getting into more spoilers, and if you really don't want to know anything else, get out. You've had your chance, but mentioned in the text is the presence of the Dark Well. The Dark Well? So the Sunwell is gonna get corrupted? That's bad. That's really bad.
That's like the one thing that we're here for. That's what the whole thing was about, was that it doesn't get corrupted. Holy shit.
Yeah, so like the thing is that Illyria also, so in this article and in the I guess in the adventure journal for this, it said like or like after the fight, after you defeat Illyria, I guess Laura's essence is removed from her. So I wonder if she'll just lose her like void powers. Were those powers from Laura?
I'm pretty sure they were. Again, I haven't run.
At least most of them. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? Eventually we'll see it because we're doing Legion. I swear she had some void training, some void powers. But maybe she didn't. Maybe all of them come from eating my mom.
Okay, so I'm reading the Dark Naru article. It's happened to 4 other Naru before it become Darken Naru. Door, Muru, Kru, and Kara. It says thrice. That means 3 times. Darkened Naru have also been shown to transform further into void gods. Although, in all known occasions, this was only when their light was forcibly drained by an outside party. Oh, okay. Locust Walker has also noted that the few cases of Naru falling into the void he knew of had occurred when mortals were involved, which he thought carried fascinating implications. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, what the hell's a void god? Because void gods are a powerful type of void creature and the end result of a Naru losing its light. Evil creatures of the void, capable of destroying entire planets if left unchecked. How many times have we stopped void gods? Excuse me?
What's not to quote the Kanye West meme, what is a lord to a god? Like, we barely beat Dimensius, and he was so scary we had to put him in a pocket watch. How many times have we beat these things better than him?
Apparently we've killed all of the other ones that Slide has mentioned.
Okay, so
in Shadow Moon Valley.
These guys are aura farming. A void god does not mean they're on god level powers. That just means they got to make up their own nickname.
Yeah, I think it's just a term for this occurrence happening.
Oh, and you can turn them back. I guess we've redeemed Saera and Sakara, which that was WoD, right?
Well, Saara was redeemed in Legion in the Priest Order Hall.
Oh, see, you did that.
Yeah, apparently, like that's not worth noting, and the paladins think we shouldn't even exist.
Oh my god. Okay, it says Sara is the only known example of the void creature transformation being undone, with the exception of the alternative Velen purifying the Naru Kara. Is that the Death of Velen video? Is that when he
That
kills himself?
is that. Yeah, he uses all of his light to change that one back into. So yeah.
I know that one very well.
So maybe I'm dumb. She stays Kara after that, right?
That's a good question.
Like that Naru. Why was I stupid? And I literally thought now this thing's name is Velen. I thought he just replaced her so when Ural goes to pray for her holy crusade, she's like, "Dear Daddy Velen, give me the powers to squish brown guys."
Yeah, because like I guess he was just completely gone and not inside of the Naru. Like his consciousness didn't even like exist in her to be like, hey, tell him to stop. I know that when I'm dead they do crazy things, but I feel like this is all going to come back into play, and I'm excited. You should be really excited to me because this is like, you should also be a little worried though, because Velen might have to die again. He might kill himself again to purify
Quick,
Naru.
Immune. Who's the other Draenei? It's a new generation. You guys are getting new. Everyone's getting new people. Who's the new one?
That's pretty rough, honestly. Like I don't think that there's like a large crop to choose from. So
I'm calling it.
Man.
So I'm gonna put my hands out here. I'm calling it. Our paladins will fall and be shitty and corrupted. Velen will sacrifice himself. We'll say, damn, we need more Draenei. Open up the portal. Get Ural in here. I know everyone wants her to be a monster, but she's gonna be like, damn, things are serious. It's time for me to lead the next generation. And I'm saying Ural for Degrassi next generation for the Draenei.
But like, I don't think that would work because
You think she's too mean because she killed Grom?
Well, and not only that, not only would she be too mean, we currently have an armistice with the Horde, and there's no fucking way Gaara is gonna hold Urel's hand and skip in a park.
Gaara can hold these nuts. Get out of... What are you bringing anyway? We put you in Nowheresburg. I even went to your house to see what it looks like, and the best feature there was guys sleeping, and I said, is this orc dead? And she goes, no, that's just a sleeping one.
And that's how we get BFA Part 2, because they're gonna fucking start swinging at each other. Okay, you have the list of Draenei. Who do we got left? Akama, oh boy.
Like, the list is, like, not impressive, honestly.
Wait a minute. Ew, is it the red one? How important is the red one?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, because like the whole building a future for Draenei happened, and then like we're like in the Heritage Armor quest line, we were like trying to set up a thing to bring in all of the different Draenei. So like, would like the red Draenei leader be the second in command? I don't know.
I don't think he'd be second. What about Ramul? He's the Grand Artifice. I've heard that name before.
I can see you guys getting a Council of Three Hammers situation where Velen will beef it, and then Akama, Ramul, and Red Guy will be the respective leaders.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, the only good thing is I don't think Velen. Okay, I don't think he'd be dead for real if he does sacrifice himself, because we've seen. Remember the comic. I'm wagging my finger. Remember the comic with Velen and old Anduin on the spaceship? So Velen, either we have been to the Shadowlands, although he wouldn't go there. He would go to the Lightlands. And if there's anybody they're gonna fucking reincarnate from the Lightlands, it's fucking Velen.
Maybe they just got old together in the Lightlands together when both of them are dead.
Oh, shit, Anduin kills himself. He would be the one to fucking kill himself.
Or Ural comes and sacrifices herself so that Velen doesn't have to die in both universes.
That would be very sad, but very heroic for our girl. But also, I would be kind of mad if they did that, because I would almost bet Velen died in Urel. It seems kind of fucked up to say, but
Honestly, if we have 2 videos of my dad dying, then I can make a playlist, of like all of the times that Velen has sacrificed himself, and then we just need like a 3rd universe where he can do it all over again.
Also, a little news for the 0.7 patch. Okay, so 11.7.
11.2.7.
There we go. We're getting Shadowlands Time Walking.
Honestly, I'm excited for that one. I feel like, first off, I want to say that it feels like Shadowlands was just yesterday, even though I acknowledge it was like 5 years ago now, which is crazy, but I am excited. Which ones are the ones that are going to be in the rotation?
The Necrotic Wake, Spires of Ascension, Plaguefall, Halls of Atonement, The Other Side, and Sanguini.
Okay, so that's just the ones that haven't been in a Mythic Plus rotations recently. So that is Mists and
Wait, no, Halls of Atonement,
Theater of Pain,
which has been, that's the most recent one.
Is
right?
currently in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird that Halls is going to be included in there. But I like these dungeons.
I'm sorry, I wasn't super paying attention because I was looking at I have AirPods in, so they allow me to run around the house, and I thought I heard a dog farting.
Oh, brother.
And so I was like, please don't be pooping. But he wasn't. You said Sanguini is included?
Sanguini is included. We haven't seen Sanguini in anything.
That's the joke I was about to make, is Halls of Atonement came back specifically because no one, not even Blizzard, likes Sanguini. But never mind. They're willing to punish themselves.
Yeah, so like at this point, then like all of the Shadowlands dungeons will have been in some kind of rotation, which is great because like I love the Shadowlands dungeons, even the ones that I hated at some point. Like either it's like Stockholm Syndrome or something, or I just got good enough at them because we smashed our heads into them for so long that like I appreciate them now. I don't know. I'm excited for them to be back.
What we're not excited for are the mounts you get for this. Ugh, I have enough of these fucking Covenant faction mounts. I don't give a fuck about getting a golden Wilderling or a golden big buff Batman.
I wish it wasn't so obviously the 4 Korthia mounts in gold. I guess it's a big thing to say, which you get to choose which one you want, but mix them up a little bit. It is actually just the 4 Korthia mounts, but one of them is yellow this time.
Yeah, I don't want that shit. I guess we'll see. We'll see which one I pick, but I think we basically said it's probably the Fly.
I was like, any front runners? At this point, just Fly, because it's not a model they reuse a bunch.
Also, in midnight news, I did see a treasure trove of new mounts, and they're fucking cool. A lot of them are like plant-based, like man-eating plant-based. And don't worry, guys, our favorite guy, the worm skin, is back as a big, long rose with a vine on its back. So it literally uses the fucking cloud serpent body, so you know it's gonna be scratching its head with its invisible feet.
They just can't help themselves, can they? So, like, are these earthy mounts because we'll be going down into the root ways with the Heronir?
Yes, I think so, at least. There's also, like, a magic carpet and a rhinoceros. I'm trying to find the one to show you. It's literally just, like, a root and a flower. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of seeing, let's see this. Top 2, bottom boot, medium moot. I'm going to go first. I'm going to go with
You always do. You always go first, and that's why we love you. The confidence. Go ahead, mister.
medium moot.
Medium.
That's the least confident option. Medium moot.
So, if you've been following hashtag DruidGate, you'll see all of the people who got to get the Sparkle Kitty and Werebear mount, because, you know, they don't have the Mage Tower in Legion, but something happened where if you just made a Druid and you got your Druid to the intro of Remix, you would get randomly the Mage Tower skins that you could no longer obtain for them, and they were usable in retail.
So did they fix this, or is it still available?
So I ran to make my druid, and immediately I'm like, oh my god, I have Sparkle Kitty and I have the Werebear, and I put it on Wild Seed, and I was like, this rules. This fucking rules. But I was like, there's no way this is gonna last. They're taking it away. The druids online were so convinced they were keeping it. They're like, this is finally gonna force Blizzard to let us have these. Now that they can't put the genie back in the bottle. And I'm like, what? They're gonna put the genie back in the bottle, you dummies.
So they put the genie back in the bottle?
They put the genie back in the bottle. They did that on this reset, and everyone's like, fun detected. Blizzard hates us. L. People were literally like, I finally got Sparkle Kitty, and now I don't have it anymore. And I'm like, why did you think you were going to keep this, dumbass?
Yeah, I mean, that I feel like it was very apparent that was not on purpose. And I feel like a lot of people worked very hard to get them, so...
But it's decades old content. We should keep it. Well, it wasn't going to happen yet anyway, so why do you think it was going to happen randomly now? It'll probably happen maybe in the future.
It's just so bad. I watch people on X, the Everything app, do it. And yeah, they're like, either they take it away, or either they let us keep it, or they take it away and we'll be upset. It's like, that's the best you can do is we'll be upset. Yeah, obviously they're not going to let you instantly keep the Mage Tower shit, you dumbolo.
It's so funny. And so when I logged on to Wild Seed to see if I had it, I was still Sparkle Kitty, but the minute I transformed out and back in, I was just a regular vanilla cat. So
you just needed to never change ever again.
But I got to feel the power. It is quite beautiful, let me say. But that's my medium moot. The fact that I had to give it back, but I got to watch everybody explode. Immune, what do you got?
Well, I have a bottom boot.
Boot.
It is the aforementioned Fractalist achievement. I feel like it's been a very long time that I've just felt like an achievement in a raid was just bad and like annoying and not fun at all. And like there's no reason for them to have done that. And it's not going to be easier at any point in the future to come back and do either. I don't even know how you would go about soloing it later, like expansions from now. I just don't know why they would do that. That needs to be nerfed. 18 is crazy.
I didn't think about the soloing it part. Because how would that fight work at all when you solo it? I guess, would it just have to auto-assign some lanes? Or would you just get one brick at a time?
And if that's the case, then you just straight up wouldn't have enough walls built up to break, you know?
You know, he just throws walls 72 times before getting upset. I used my phone calculator for that one.
Ooh. We got some quick math on the pod here.
Yeah, but like that was my bottom mood of the week. I just feel like I don't think they used their whole brain on that one. But Aaron, close us out here.
Well, not to be a negative Nancy, but I also have a bottom boot this week.
Boo!
Boot.
So, as I said before, I have already spent a large majority of my bronze buying the Fel-infused mounts for most of the classes. I have to say most because I'm not paying attention, because I'm just content brain, spent a lot of bronze on the Druid Fel mount, which, this is the trick, is not a mount. It is a form of flying. It is like a transmog for your travel form. So I bought it for 20k, hit the button, I didn't see that it said nothing. And then did some content, went back and said, oh, I didn't buy the Druid form? Well, I gotta buy that. Bought it for 20k. Content. Came back, said, oh, I didn't buy the Druid form? Time to do that. And then this was the time that I paid attention. I hit it, and it did nothing. APB. If you are not a Druid, you cannot buy the Fel Druid form. You can buy it. It will not count.
It's weird that they like have it as an option to buy for a non-Druid if they don't have a way to like just send it to like your Druid's appearances, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I could have finished the thing, and I mean I will next week. I'll get 40k to get the other 2 I'm missing. But yeah, I spent 60,000 bronze on a druid travel form that I'll never use. I'm not using Trilini. I just did it just to be a completionist that I cannot actually use.
Wait, I'm confused. Why'd you think you were going to be able to use it?
No. I bought it thinking that it would be like an item that is unlocked for Trilini, but you can just keep buying it. Unless you are a druid when you buy it, it doesn't complete. It doesn't show up.
So Trilini doesn't have it?
I don't know. I'd have to check. But the thing is, it kept showing up as an option for me to buy on Growl Hyena. And because I wasn't paying attention, I would go down the list. I would go up. I was going up the list and buying whatever is available. I absentmindedly bought it 3 times.
God, because it doesn't clear. Got it. I'm surely the druid has to have it.
Well, yes, but my issue is that the game allows you to keep putting your money. If you're stupid like me and not paying attention, it keeps letting you buy it.
I also think that Pablo said that this happened to him too. Now that I think I remember him saying that in guild chat. So like I think that even if you're on your druid, it might still continue to let you buy it.
I'm sure it's just a glitch because it's the only one that isn't a mount. It's like a spell that you can buy.
I logged on to Wild Seed and I do have it. I did buy it twice. I bought it twice as well. I was like, okay, I didn't buy it. And I was like, wait a minute, I did buy this. But I haven't checked until now. So now it is confirmed at least that you do have a 60k bronze version of it.
Fucking yeah! If I ever show up in Trilini, that's multiple hours worth of work just for you, friend. Or I guess what's my other druid? Kisanakechi. If Kisanakechi ever decides to show up again. And speaking of showing up, once again, they've shown up. It's our patrons. Their names include Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. Miskit the Orkity Orc. Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Alternator, Chris M, Saracen Hawk, Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane, Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner. And I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Baba Booey McGee, Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman, Jerome, Ali, Adorno, Losing the Patient, Gershom.
Literally, Roblox is too hard. Roblox is too...
Duff the Horde, Pooper Cooper, Calcus. Cilantro, Alexei, Vanderlyle.
Have a nice day.
And Will, a.k.a. Tyre, Trade Chat's fallen father.
You can follow those baddies. Follow them. You can't follow them. But you can follow in their footsteps at patreon.com/do-not-relent, where we will be recording an episode after this of After Dark, where we're going to be talking about wild and crazy tongue positions.
We'll talk about that I may have ruined a mouse family. I may have committed familicide.
The fuck? I can't wait to hear this. I'm curious what the hell that means. I'll be finding out later today in like 2 minutes. What about you guys? Where you at?
Well, you can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization. And you can find all of our other podcast links by going to DoNotRelent.com.
Oh, snap. With the bonus save. You can find me, Aaron the Human, at the Bigacheesy on Twitters.com. And you can watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR. Soon, I will be at my own home during the weekend, so I'll actually be able to do something. I've been too freaking busy lately. Come on.
Free my man. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.